friends, this is video 4 of paper 2 of public administration, and in previous video I have learned about duties of the king. Right now in this video we will further it. So what are the restraints on the king? Arthashastra also tells that king is not totally free. He has some restraints. So what are those restrictions? So there is no direct restriction as such, means he can do whatever he wish, but there are indirect restraints. What are those? First is Raj Purohit. Raj Purohit is the learned person who is means very well versed in Shastras as well as Vedas, and he will remind king of his duties according to Dharma or Nyaya. Then Mantri Parshad. Mantri Parshad are those people who are the head of different departments of the government, and they do moral pressure. And if the king is not taking heed of Mantri Parshad, then they may also revolt also. So this is also given in Arthashastra that Mantri Parshad may revolt. Then training for proper use of powers. So king is trained in, as I already told you, he is taught philosophy, economy, polity and everything, so that he can use his power judiciously. He should not misuse them. So only monarchy discussed, because king's position is hereditary, and there is no discussion about democracy, aristocracy even. So discusses about revolts, rebellions, change of dynasty, but no mention of aristocracy or democracy. Aristocracy means ruled by few, and democracy means ruled by the people. So there is no defined things like aristocracy or democracy. Only the king will rule, and he is hereditary, and if someone kills him, then there will be a change of dynasty, or if public or mantri will revolt, then also dynasty may change. There could be rebellions, but no democracy. Okay, then official document on time management for rulers is also given in Arthashastra, that is daily routine and work of king is defined. So king should be ready for urgent public work. This is very important, and this is also important for civil servants, that as we are preparing for civil services, so we should be able to take care of public problems at any time of our service. Say for example, even during night or during day, if you are a police officer, something happens, so you have to go. So similarly the king was also there, and he has to take care of public work urgently. So we are public authorities have always to be responsible towards public. Then doctrine of prakritis. Prakritis, these are means I will tell you, wait. These are the organs of the government, okay, and Arthashastra defines 7 particular prakritis, that is organs. First organ is the ruler himself, that is Swami, that is the king, Raja. Then second prakriti is Amatya, that is minister. So there are a lot of ministers also who are appointed by Swami, that is ruler, and they just take care of different departments. Then third is Janpada, that is your kingdom. So that is settled territory. And also there is no direct mention of citizens, but the citizens are those people who are settled in the territory, that is Janpada. So indirectly citizens have been told about, but there is no concept of citizen as such. And Arthashastra says that citizens should be prosperous, loyal and habitual to follow orders. So this is the thing in which a monarchy can prosper and function. And then neighbors should not be allowed to become powerful. This is a very important concept in Arthashastra. Say for example, even in modern day politics, the big states, they don't want that their neighbors or some other country should become so much powerful that they threaten their own existence, or existence they can dominate. So that's why neighbors should not be allowed to become very, very powerful. They should be weak. And do you agree with this? Should we cooperate? Say for example, European Union, the countries there cooperate with each other and they all have economically grown. So do you agree with this? Then fourth is the Durga. Durga, that is fortified capital. Capital should be fortified so that it shows the authority and power of the king. And Durgs are also 4 types. One is Audhik. Audhik is surrounded by water. You know that moats, they dig deep moats and then they fill it with water. Then Parvat. Parvat is on hills. Then Dhanvan. Dhanvan lies in desert. Dhanwan means actually in modern times, Dhanwan means someone who is rich, but in Arthashastra it means a fort that is in desert. And then Van Durg, as name suggests, one means forest, so situated in forest. Then fifth Prakriti, that is vital organ, is Kosh or treasury. So here you should concentrate that that Kosh or treasury is not the personal property of the king, means it belongs to the kingdom rather than the king, and it should be recorded in the book. There is proper accounting of all the I's and V's, means all the income and expenditure. So there was a budgeting system also in Kautilya's time, and filled through taxes. Kosh treasury should always be filled. It should be a decade and enough for emergency, means it should be big enough so that we can take care of emergency. Say for example our forex reserves right now, they can take care of balance of payments because we have like $350 billion of forex reserves right now with us. So same thing is that time also treasury, that it should be it should be able to tackle emergency, say for example war or famine or any other emergency. Okay, then sixth is the Dand or army, sixth vital organ. So army should be trained, loyal and patriotic, and Kshatriya Varna were the best suited for army according to Arthashastra, and contented army reason of king's success. So king should always keep them paid and happy so that they are totally loyal to the king. And then the seventh organ of government is the Mitra or ally. So there should be friends, and what is the basis? That the friendship should be permanent basis, that is least probability of breaking of relations. So all the allies they should be those people who have, means the home country as well as those countries with which we are forming the alliance, we both should have common goals and aspirations and something very common and friendly. We should not have any difficulty in relations due to some boundary disputes or anything. So we should choose our allies very carefully so that that the basis is permanent, it is not temporary. And also there is a concept of non-interference in internal matters of the ally. We can help them, but we should not try to too much interfere in their matters. So these are the 7 particular parts of Arthashastra government, that is vital organs. So we will see again, that is Mitra, ally, then the army, then you can tell here right now here only Kosh, then Swami that is king, then Amatya, that is ministers, then Janapada, that is state, and then last one was what was that, we'll see, yeah, Durg, that is fortified capital. So this is all about 7 vital organs of the Kautilya's Arthashastra's kingdom, as well as what are the restraints on king's power. So thank you guys, and I will see you in next video in which we will define the Amatya or the minister. Thank you.